This is one of my favourite little paintings.
Why is that?
It's by a very good Hong Kong painter called, an English painter called Rosamund Brown, married to an American architect. They've lived here for years and years and years. They're real Hong Kongers. She mostly paints much bigger oils and acrylics, but this is a marvellous little watercolour of the fragrant hills, the Western Hills near Peking, as you know, and I just think it's a very nice little painting.
Will your home in France have time to have enough wall space to accommodate all these?
Well, it's going to be a problem, isn't it? This is a tremendous painting over here. I found this one in the basement of the museum. It wasn't actually on show. It's a painting by a very good young Hong Kong painter called Wang Hai. It's of a historical scene taken, I suppose, from photographs of the opening of the Kowloon Canton Railway in 1910. And it was the last time the old mandarins came down to Hong Kong. This one was the Viceroy of Guangdong, who was killed, assassinated the next year during the Revolution, Sun Yat-sen and all that. So their world ended in 1911. And their world ended in 1941. And the painting, which I think accounts in a way for its sort of slight spookiness, was actually painted in June 1989. That's a painting by the young daughter, she's a very good painter, of the British Trade Commissioner, Francis Cornish, and it's a nice picture of a junk.
Do you feel as though you've learned so much about the history of China and Hong Kong?
Yes, it's been rather an interest of mine to learn about Chinese furniture and Chinese pots and Chinese artifacts. And what we've tried to do with the house is to introduce more Chinese furniture and so on. We've produced a booklet on it, which I think has helped some of the people who assisted us with the house to sell more of their products. For example, these two chairs over here, which are new, of course, and based on sort of Ming designs. I think they're marvellous, and the chaps who manufactured them, I think, have sold quite a few as a result, because people come in and say, "Aren't those wonderful?"
It's quite modern.
Yeah. But the traditional design, I think they're terrific.
And what about this furniture?
Well, these.
How are you going to take that back?
Well, I'm not. Some of the stuff we bought for ourselves, and some of it we bought for the house. This was bought for the house because this would be far too big in most normal-sized houses. But when we found these two great cupboards, wardrobes, they were in pieces, looking in pretty bad condition in an old warehouse off the Hollywood Road, and we immediately liked the panelling, and it's also perfect in this wonderful craftsmanship of the metalwork. And we just thought they were terrific, so they did those up, and they've made a good job of them.
So you've become quite a fan.
I have. I love things like this big chest. And somebody lent us the Ju Ming piece of sculpture on the top. That's not mine. I wish it was.
Make a nice paperweight in the office.
Yes, it would. There's my daughters.
That's great. And they will be back here?
Yeah. Kate works in television, like you. She's a researcher. Alice is at school here, and Laura works for a London magazine. That's another painting by Wang Hai. I think he's a wonderfully interesting painter. He'd be a terrific portraitist, but he's a marvellous painter. I like his work a lot. Do you see at the bottom here the Coca-Cola sign, but also the little picture of Rembrandt up in the corner? But it just, look at those faces, aren't they marvellous?
It's great. I didn't even catch that.
and 125 liters. It says. And some Chinese characters you see up at the top.
That's actually a character for pawn shop. Yeah. So I don't know what the symbolism is. I don't know what it's about.
The new, I keep on seeing new things in it. The new portable something or other.
So these paintings will all head home with you, yes?
No, some of them are borrowed. Some of them are ours. Some of them borrowed from the museum. See, this one was borrowed from the museum. They were very kind.
When you first arrived, did you feel like, oh, we're gonna have to redo?
Well, we just thought we wanted to make it more cheerful,
More comfy.
more comfy.
Now,
And that's I'll show you something else. This is now this is quite interesting. This is a historical record. This is after the last election, not this one that just happened.
Yes.
This is after the '92 election, when I was chairman of the Conservative Party. That's John Major and me coming out of the door of number 10, and we're being applauded, okay, by the staff in number 10. And do you know who that is leading the applause?
Sir Percy Craddock.
Exactly.
He's a good friend of yours.
He's a very good friend of mine. You see how enthusiastic he is about me. He's putting his hands together very slowly. Now, this is the Great Hall of the People.
A lot of great memories.
Yes, because we've used it a lot. It used not to be used very often at all, but we've tried to open up Government House, and it's been used pretty well every week for concerts, for charity dinners, for other functions. We counted the other day, we'd had 70 charity dinners here. There have been 20 concerts by the Academy of Performing Arts, lots of other concerts. For example, the British Council had a wonderful concert here last night, the last that we'll have here, of jazz by a very good British octet, the Stan Tracy Octet. And we've had lots of other functions as well. A lot of lavenders.
Does it get tiring sometimes because of the intensity of work?
Yes, it does. And as I said to you earlier, I eat too much. But
You can't tell. You cannot tell, though.
But it's a terrific room, this, isn't it?
Right. Very grand.
It's got tremendous acoustics.
I can imagine.
And it's good for dancing.
How are you going to feel? Well, will this come down while you're here? Do you think?
That'll come down on the last day.
Any bidders? Are you going to take that one as well?
That belongs to the UK. That belongs to Britain.
Where do you go to get away from it all? I mean, do you have a study? Just time to just on your own. You just sit down and you just think.
I suppose if I do that at all, it's when we're at Fanling at the weekends. This is my own study.
Why do you have a? Oh, I guess for obvious reasons. You have a safe.
This is my own study. With pictures of my daughters and so on.
Mm-hmm. And you do most of your work here, and
I also do quite a bit in my dressing room of my bedroom. Mm-hmm. In the evening, I work after dinner there. But otherwise, this is my life. Where I govern Hong Kong.
Are you like Lady Thatcher, just working on 4 hours of sleep?
No, I need more sleep than that. I get about 6 hours sleep, but on holiday I sleep for about 7 or 8 hours.
That's good news.
Okay. Well, nice to